I'm Anu Kiva, and I am going to be doing a collective reading. I felt there was parts of the reading I had just done that could be resonant for this group, but I feel very resonant with just a whole new shuffle. So I'm going to just sit the cards here. I feel there's a lot you're leaving behind. It's like back of the deck, but also back burner, almost like I want to say backhanded or back of the mind, where it's like just because you kind of push past it in those moments doesn't mean that you're over it or that it is something that you don't have to deal with. It's like avoidance, if that makes sense. I'm feeling avoidance. It feels like there's something to read the fine print on or do or see through even. And this is the Knight of Cups, which speaks of that journey. And I feel to me it's like an emotional fulfillment. So it's like you're getting to a place within your mental health and your emotional health where you feel really stable there. 1, 2, 3, as I said that. But it also says needing more confidence on this card specifically. And that feels really resonant. I feel that you really need to have a lot of confidence in the choices that you're making. And know that when you make those choices, you're picking the choice that makes your soul, your spirit, the absolute happiest. And that is how you communicate with yourself. When you make a choice that makes you feel kind of crummy or kind of confused, it's because it was not resonant with the highest outcome that you are able to have. With the highest output, I feel. And it feels a lot like Page of Swords. It's almost like, I want to say, daydreaming about the best possible outcome while making choices that feel a lot of Ten of Wands energy, like burdensome, isn't really going to contribute to you in a way that you really want it to. In a King of Pentacles type of way, where you're just absolutely in your full power, in your full embrace, in your full embodiment, and in your full truth. And I feel that you've done so much of this work. I feel it's not even needed to do this work. There's some of you in this collective, and I'll start there. There's some of you in this collective that still are doing that work. You're making the choices that are tough to make. And you're not making excuses here. You're not making these like reasonably so, logically so, well, kind of, sort of ish. Well, I can see how you're not really using this passive, like, reasoning. You're not using passive reasoning when you're making choices that don't benefit you anymore. You're actually just being very confident in saying, like, hey, between me and me, this isn't serving me. So I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to stop, and this was going to come out this way. I'm going to stop thinking about it. Stop doing it. Stop actioning it. And just close that completely. And I feel this is a part of closing that out. I feel this energy that you're tapping into right now, I'm going to let you just sit with the energy because that feels really resonant. And if you want to reset that energy for your physicality, just take 3 big deep breaths. And I feel it's very much patience with yourself. Patience in your strength that you've had to really lean into you. I feel you have been your biggest supporter. And I feel you've also had a support system in times of need when you needed someone else to have your back and know that you're not alone. And it's not just you and your strength, but you have a reliance, you have a support system, you have a community. You've been able to have that. I feel there's there's a ripple in the space-time effect that I'm feeling right now, and it feels like energy swishing around me, and it's really resonant to say this out loud. It feels like the energies are just doing this right now, and I feel it quite heavily, and I'm sitting down, so I would encourage you to sit down so you don't feel dizzy, or lay down. Even deep breaths, I feel. So we're going to do another set of deep breaths. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Good. And I felt the drop in that. And as I say that, Five of Swords, it feels like you're dropping the thirst, the quench, like the need, the want, the avoidance. And it's almost like the avoidance is from, I want it so bad, I need to stop looking at it. And while you're not looking at it, you're still actioning towards it, which is like chasing it. And so that's a very specific energy of avoiding it, but chasing it with your actions, but avoiding it in every other space, and your thought process and your emotions and the balance that you have within yourself, within your soul, within your spirit, your eternal balance, your internal balance. I was like, your infinite balance. It's just your whole balance. Like, I felt balance and harmony, like peace, balance, and harmony. And that feels like the oracle deck I'm creating. And I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, that's Two of Clouds. So I'm going to bring through that frequency for you right here. And it feels like you may not be aware of it, or you may just be having that realization hit right now. But it's like, if that balance isn't really had, then you're still in that avoidance space without realizing it. And this is going to come in so quickly. And these two are paired together, and they feel like, leave us here. It's like, leave us here, Anu. We're just gonna handle it. It feels like a remembrance, like the remembrance of something. So we're going to do just whatever feels resonant for you to receive right now. And I heard, allow what is resonant to do and be received, and just accept it as you feel confident doing it, which is 320 on my time right now, 320. So if it resonates with you to accept and receive it, go ahead, just allow the flow, allow the acceptance, simply allow to receive. That's it. But if it doesn't feel resonant with you, just, a no thank you. And then you can do it however you feel resonant doing it. But this feels like a really easy, simple way for some of you to just, like, almost stumble across this TikTok and receive it this way. And then I feel I can move forward to the Eight of Wands. That's so funny. It was going to fall this way. And originally this card was over it like that. And I'm just showing that to you for those of you, because it feels like it was almost triggering on it. And then we did the light language here. And now this card feels more confident. And now this one's like, okay, we're not coming in as quickly as you had envisioned when you first envisioned it. Now, it's quicker than you envision it, but it's not your vision exactly. Does that make sense? It's like your higher self has the vision, holds the vision, and you don't know what color shirt it'll be, what pair of shoes they may wear, if there's a they in this, the moon water in the cup. It's like there's so many tiny details. You're not going to know every tiny detail, but you are naturally very intuitive. 3, 2, 1 as I say it. You're very naturally intuitive. So every day you feel your own intuitive flow. You're like, I feel the park today. I feel like wearing my rain boots, even though there's no sense of raining today. I feel wearing a jacket, and like it's going to be cold today, but it's really hot. And then randomly it's really cold or breezy, or even someone else needed a jacket and you happen to have that jacket and you provided it. Intuitively, this is how your life is. It's a very intuitive flow in your life. And I feel that's brought you 3, 2, 2 as I say it. That's brought you a lot of peace, harmony, love, and enlightenment throughout your lifetime. And so naturally you do have intuitive flow. You do have those intuitive calls, pulls, and like commitments. And I feel 10 of Cups coming in too right here.